Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Gao Wu, letting you take pictures, you wholesale supernatural powers. Chapter 61. One morning passed. The battle rests back and forth, and Su Yu is only the last one away from completing the illustrated book collection task. Not just illustrated book tasks. With his chi and blood rising, he has also reached the real limit. When the unclaimed rewards can just increase the vitality to 300. Su Yu collects illustrations again, and there will be no blood boost rewards. This is also normal. For example, after officially becoming a martial artist, the breathing method can no longer provide the improvement of chi and blood. After entering the training camp for 2 days, his chi and blood had increased by nearly 100, and the illustrated book collector had also been upgraded. For the current progress, Su Yu is satisfied and surprised. Chi and blood could no longer be improved, and he decided to set his next goal on the few golden mountains beside him. Whether it's the completion of the SSS level Ice Age, or the abilities of the other 3. As long as one can be successfully obtained, it will be a qualitative leap. Song Qingwan and Cao Cao were roasting rabbit meat. Su Yu took out his bracelet to check the leaderboard. With more than 50,000 points, he jumped up to the second place. Seeing that the team was ranked second, he was not happy, but frowned slightly. Take a closer look at the top 10 rankings. He was convinced of one thing: besides the constantly changing 10th place, there were also them who rushed to the second place now. Now in the top 10 of the leaderboard, other people's points are basically not moving. They're hunting for great exotic beasts, Su Yu said suddenly. Several other people looked over. The points on the leaderboard haven't moved all morning. If there are no accidents, today there should be a large number of situations where Gao Shi increased 100,000 points in one go like yesterday. After the words fell, Song Qingwan and Cao Cao frowned. Then what to do? Our weapons are almost useless, and now it is a bit difficult to kill the third-rank alien beasts. Cao Cao worried. Fu Yu looked at Su Yu. So as you said, our goal can only be on the 6th day. Su Yu, are you going to hunt other squads on the 6th day? Song Qingwan asked. Yes, Brother Su Yu said that if we fight as a team, we will have a better chance of winning, so don't worry too much. Lin Yan's excitement was visible to the naked eye. What do you two think? I haven't told you about this matter yet. Su Yu looked at the second daughter. Song Qingwan said seriously. Since we're going to hunt other teams, we might start making preparations now. Otherwise, if it's the 6th day and you can't even see anyone, you'll be at a disadvantage. In addition, I think we have to hide some of our strengths relatively from now on. For example, we can't let other people know about the fact that Fu Yu allows us to communicate spiritually. Song Qingwan began to analyze how to hunt other teams. Cao Cao blinked at the side. I listen to you, do what you say. Su Yu was not surprised by their answers. Song Qingwan is not a hypocritical person, even more decisive than many men. Cao Cao is too well behaved. Many times other people's opinions are more important than her own. Su Yu nodded, and explained, by the way, if our hunting target is everyone, there is no need to be afraid of not finding anyone. All teams have to return to the Bronze Gate before the 7th day, and we'll just block the gate there. Lin Yan's eyes widened. Is it so big? Aside, Song Qingwan nodded. Su Yu didn't continue to discuss further. There are many things to pay attention to on the 6th day. Now it just needs to be confirmed by everyone. Can we eat? Fu Yu asked suddenly. Everyone couldn't help laughing at this. At the place where Su Yu and the others fought the sunbat, Examen Boxu and others went into the cave to find a 4th-grade strange beast. It took a group of people a lot of effort to escape from the mouth of these 4-ranked strange beasts. It was hard to save his life. When everyone was resting, they looked at the standings. Finding that Su Yu's team is ranked second in points, the rest of the team became dissatisfied again. Brother Bo Shui, it's not that we don't want to accompany you to continue the search. You have to know that we are here to participate in the training camp, not to be bodyguards for Su Yu and the others. Now our points have dropped to 17th. Su Yu and the others are ranked second. Whoever protects the other may not be sure. Brother Bo Shui, we value your strength and think that you can lead us into the top 10 before forming a team with you. Now we've fallen too far behind the others to waste any more time. Seeing that Examen Boxu was still a little hesitant, the 4 continued. Brother Bo Shui, Su Yu is your friend, and we are brothers who have just experienced life and death with you. You can't just leave us alone for him. Having said all this, Examen Boxu could only let out a long sigh. Hey, brothers, I didn't think carefully. According to what you brothers said, let's focus on hunting next. Brother Nabazu. Several people looked at Examen Boxu eagerly. He reacted, and immediately took out 4 scrolls from the space bracelet. In the observation room, Cheng Yang said next to Zhu Yun, you should also arrange this Examen Boxu into Su Yu's team. In this way, their biggest problem now will be solved. Zhu Yun didn't want to talk to him. Examen Boxu didn't come in through the back door, so what arrangement would he make? Besides, it's not that the other party didn't invite Su Yu, but Su Yu himself refused. He had no choice but to comment, this kid has a good temper. It's rare to see people like him now. Cheng Yang nodded, we still need a good teacher and a good friend to teach him. Zhu Yun glanced at someone and felt that he was hinting at something. In the little wilderness, Su Yu's team started hunting again. Today, with all their lucky buffs, they encountered strange beasts in a short while. The 6 second-grade giant-toothed rabbits were easily dealt with without Su Yu's efforts. Su Yu is skilled at collecting illustrated books. He had only collected ordinary giant-toothed rabbits before, but this second-grade giant-toothed rabbit was just enough for him to complete the task. With a click, a not-so-cute photo was released. Congratulations to the host for completing the collection of 100 100ths illustrated books of exotic beasts and winning the title of Ordinary Collector. Close black lens bracket. Get rewards, increase your cultivation talent level by 1. Martial arts comprehension improved. Close black lens bracket. Cumulatively recorded in the Alien Beast Illustrated Book 100 1,000ths. Close black lens bracket. Martial arts comprehension improved. Su Yu was a little surprised. He didn't expect that there would be other rewards besides reaching the D-level talent level. Receive award. Su Yu instantly felt his mind became extremely clear. At this moment, he found that the skills of spear, swordsmanship, and fighting, which he had already reached the level of proficiency, suddenly began to integrate and gain a new understanding. Among them, there is also a new idea in the martial arts, missing step, and these skills. At this time, he seemed to have pushed away a dark cloud covering his eyes, and suddenly saw the vast and boundless martial arts sky. Seeing that Su Yu seemed to be thinking about something, Song Qingwan approached and asked, what's wrong with Su Yu, what did you find? Su Yu came back to his senses and smiled, I understand. Enlightened, Song Qingwan was puzzled for a moment. He explained, I have a new understanding of martial arts. Hearing this, Song Qingwan immediately looked happy for him, and stopped asking further questions. Seeing this girl's cute appearance, Su Yu pointed the camera at her. Qinghuan, come and laugh. Song Qingwan cooperated with her with a smile like a flower. Click. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained the SSS level ability Ice Age incomplete. Close black lens bracket. Su Yu. Damn, luck can't stop it. Receive award. It has been detected that the host has the SSS level ability Ice Age incomplete and the ability is merging. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the SSS level ability Ice Age. Close black lens bracket. In an instant, a wonderful feeling came to my heart. All over the body, it seems that a change has taken place, this feeling is mysterious and mysterious. Seeing that he was stunned again, Song Qingwan was about to ask a question. Suddenly, she was hugged all over herself. At this moment, both of them had happy smiles on their faces. On the side, the other 3 turned around tacitly, as if they hadn't seen anything. In the observation room, Cheng Yang smiled and said, it's okay, just get used to it, the 2 of them are now famous golden boys and girls in our city. Silence. While being fed dog food by young people, everyone was even more curious about what kind of understanding Su Yu said. When a monstrous genius says he has enlightened, the changes brought about are extraordinary. Song Qingwan was carried around in the air by Su Yu several times. Pretty face completely reddened. Qinghuan, you are really my goddess of luck. Su Yu said excitedly. Chow Chow looked over silently. Captain, you have changed. You have a change of heart. Didn't you say that I am your goddess of luck? Su Yu sensed this resentful gaze. He immediately said, you are all You are all. You two are male gods, right? A group of people packed up their things and continued hunting. On the way, everyone was also very curious about what Suyu had learned. Regarding this, he took the initiative to ask Song Qingwan, Qingwan, is there anything you don't understand about practicing Misty Steps these 2 days? In the past, he only possessed the skill of being proficient in Misty Walk. He can use it, but let him explain it, he can't do it. Now, he can. It is the change brought about by martial arts comprehension. Suyu carried a tinge of anticipation and excitement. After all, men are not bad teachers. Song Qingwan thought about it carefully. No, there's nothing I don't understand. I understand when you show it and when you direct me. As soon as the words fell, Suyu almost stepped on the air and fell from the branch. Okay, he understands that there are also differences in martial arts comprehension. The counterattack has not been successful, and comrades still need to work hard. In the observation room. Don't look at me, I don't know, who would let a child who has not yet become a martial artist learn martial arts? Isn't this a delay? Cheng Yong's dead face is not afraid of boiling water. The red-faced man and the tall, thin man beside him both smiled. No problem, no problem. We have now discovered another genius, which is also a rare surprise. Their team has a bright future. Professor Zug, everyone complained to me before that you were lazy and unwilling to take care of students. Now I understand. You are too high-sighted and vicious. The red-faced man looked at Zug Yun. Zug Yun smiled. These people were chosen by himself, so there is nothing wrong with saying that. Although he hadn't expected before that this small team that went through the back door, every one of them was Crouching Dragon and Phoenix Chick. After suffering Song Qingwan's merciless blow, Suyu immediately understood that he was still floating. After picking up his mood, he continued to lead the crowd to search for traces of strange beasts. There was no trace of the strange beast for more than an hour. Chow Chow almost doubted her ability again. Seeing this, the other 4 people in the team hurriedly comforted them in various ways. Chow Chow, have you ever thought that the 5 of us form a team because of your luck? Chow Chow has nothing to do with you. None of the 5 of us are injured now, so we are the luckiest. Suyu, Chow Chow, you are the owner of SSS level abilities. You must be firm. You must be confident. Chow Chow nodded heavily. Captain, I believe it. A few people were talking. Suyu's eyes suddenly changed. Hush, everyone's expressions turned sharp in an instant. Someone's coming, he said. Someone is here. Lin Yan looked surprised. Suyu has the highest energy and blood, and his perception ability in all aspects is far beyond the crowd. Before everyone heard the sound of a group of 5 people stepping on a branch, he had already heard it 1 step ahead. After a while, Chow Chow and Song Qingwan also nodded and said, just 5 people, it seems to be another team. I don't know if it was accidental, or it came for us. Fuyu looked serious. Suyu suddenly had a playful look. It doesn't matter if they came after us or not. Lin Yan, can you hypnotize yourself to get hurt? Just imagine that you are seriously injured, your face is pale, your body is weak, and your blood is weak. As Suyu said, Lin Yan changed accordingly. The other 3 looked confused. Fuyu, quickly support him. Seeing that Lin Yan was about to fall to the ground at any time like Sister Lin, Suyu immediately reminded her. I'm so uncomfortable. Being supported by Fuyu, Lin Yan said weakly. No one paid attention to him, and everyone was just curious, can this ability still be used like this? The voice just fell. Another team figure appeared in front of everyone. At this moment, Fuyu immediately activated his ability to control the spirits of the 5 people to the same frequency. The leader is called Pang Wen with 200 chi and blood, and the pre-ranked 22nd. The other 4 have more than 200 HP, and their team is also in the top 10. There has been no change in points throughout the morning. I thought they were hunting a 4th grade beast. Now it seems that they should be hunting us. Suyu's voice appeared in the minds of the 4 at the same time. Suyu added, behave normally, we are the team behind the crane. Lin Yan, fishing team. Chow Chow, ha ha ha, it makes sense. Song Qingwan, happy. The other side. The moment Pang Wen and the others saw Suyu, the corners of their mouths all raised in unison. When they saw Lin Yan, who seemed to be seriously injured, the corners of their mouths curved even more. But when they came in front of Su Yu and the other 5, they immediately changed into expressions of enthusiasm and concern. Student Su Yu, what's wrong with you? Do you need our help? We fought against the third-rank giant-toothed rabbit, and we were exhausted. When we were resting, we were attacked by a second-rank ghost-faced fox. Su Yu looked sincere. Chow Chow, is the captain talking about the ghost-faced fox that he smashed as a toy? Song Qingwan, it should be. It turns out that Su Yu really lied without blinking an eye. You can't believe everything he says. Su Yu, Qinghuan, I can hear you. Hey, student Su Yu, then you are really out of luck. Pang Wen sighed, and enthusiastically stepped forward to help Lin Yan. Is there anything you can do for us? The instructor said, we are all teammates now, if you need anything, just mention it. Su Yu expressed gratitude. Thank you for your concern. Let's find a place to adjust. Don't delay everyone's hunting, points are still important. Okay, I see, Su Yu, you have already rushed to the second place, and now you will be caught up by others. Pang Wen seemed to feel sorry for Su Yu. I was too aggressive and led everyone to hunt non-stop. Su Yu regretted. If we hadn't been lucky at the beginning and met 2 third-rank alien beasts fighting each other, we wouldn't have thought about making it to the top 10. It's me, the captain, who is too greedy. Song Qingwan stepped forward and took his hand. Su Yu, don't blame yourself too much, we made this choice together, and we don't blame you. Chow Chow followed and nodded. That's right, Captain, we don't blame you. Fu Yu still looked indifferent. Lin Yan snorted coldly in a barely audible voice. Pang Wen sneered in his heart. Now, everything he wanted to know was clear. Seeing that Su Yu's team even seemed to have internal strife, he completely regarded Su Yu's 50,000 points as his pocket. He said, yes, student Su Yu, stop blaming yourself, adjust quickly, and continue hunting is the business. Otherwise, this classmate's injury is really in vain. Lin Yan, damn, he doesn't even know my name. Fu Yu. Chow Chow. He must want us to help them continue to earn points now, Bad man. Pang Wen clasped his fists. We won't delay you, Su Yu. We're going to continue hunting. Su Yu, please be safe. Thank you, classmate, for your concern. We will see you again. Su Yu also clasped his fists. Pang Wen and the others left quickly. The talisman can be retracted. Lin Yan also immediately broke away from Sister Lin's state. I'm going. It's too uncomfortable. It's too uncomfortable. I will never pretend to be injured again. Lin Yan shouted. He just held me up to see if I was really hurt. Fu Yu nodded. He seems to have a spiritual power as well. Chow Chow covered her mouth in surprise. Then what should we do? He won't hear what we just said. Fu Yu said calmly. No, he wants to detect our spiritual communication, not only to find the frequency I regulate, but also his mental power must exceed the sum of the 5 of us. Chow Chow patted Mount Everest. It's okay. It's okay. He should have marked Lin Yan with a mark. On the 6th day, they should follow the mark to find us, Su Yu said. Mark. Lin Yan immediately looked at her whole body. This is a spiritual imprint, and it should also be a way to use his ability. Fu Yu explained. Then how can we get rid of this mark? Lin Yan felt as if there was something dirty on her body. It will be automatically erased after a certain period of time, and it will also be erased after a certain distance. In addition, your mental power is as strong as Su Yu, and you can erase it at will. Fu Yu said. The other side. Pang Wen said to himself, everyone can rest assured. I have imprinted them, and we shall begin the hunt. Su Yu's 50,000 to 20,000 is good luck. Now there are still people injured. Just relying on the points at the bottom of their group of cranes, we can't guarantee to be in the top 10. Captain, but if we add them, we can guarantee to be in the top 10. Ha ha ha, don't be too confident, but we have great hopes now. You said that Su Yu's ability is suspected to be able to see other people's abilities. His mental power is so strong. Is it possible that his ability is also of the spiritual department? The red-faced man asked. After the voice fell, everyone in the observation room thought about this question carefully. If Su Yu's ability is really spiritual, then the difficulty for him to break through and become a 7th-rank warrior will be extremely reduced. Coupled with his blood that has now surpassed the limit, he already has the upper limit of the 8th rank golden body. All of a sudden, everyone discovered that Suyu hadn't become a warrior yet. But the two most important shackles for him to become a high-rank warrior seemed to have been broken. In contrast, for him, it seems that the realm breakthrough before the 6th rank is the most difficult. After meeting Pang Wen's team, Suyu really found a place and started to rest, and he had to perform a full set of acting. If not, just after they separated, the points on their side would go up. Wouldn't it be obvious that they were fooling others? He can also use this time to analyze the standings. Before he saw that these points were not rising fast, he thought that all of these people were hiding their secrets, and thought of ways to hunt the 4th rank exotic beasts. It now appears that many of them came to hunt them. Do you think this Examen Boxu is also coming after us? Lin Yan analyzed together. Suyu thought for a while. It's not ruled out, they also haven't moved much since yesterday. But starting from noon today, the points have started to rise rapidly again, as if they are already concentrating on earning points. Maybe something happened yesterday, Cao Cao said. It's okay, we have brother Suyu here, no matter who comes, they are here to give us points. Lin Yan was full of confidence. While several people were talking, the scoreboard suddenly began to change drastically. The team points of Hao Zhiming, Wu Linlin, and Su Yincheng rose by 100,000 successively. Suyu's team fell from 2nd to 5th in an instant. It's not over yet. After a while, 2 more teams gained 100,000 points, pushing Suyu and the others to 8th place. The speed at which the points rose made the few people who watched the whole process dumbfounded. Sure enough, beating to death is not as fast as killing a 4th rank alien beast. Before she had time to sigh, Lin Yan suddenly said in surprise, "FK, why is there a team missing?" Others immediately began to look through the leaderboard. On the side, Suyu calmly said, "The pre-ranked 7th, Miao Chong's team has disappeared, and they should also be hunting the 4th rank exotic beasts." Cao Cao was a little dazed and said, "The meaning of disappearing is dead." Fuyu spat out 2 words. The relaxed atmosphere among the 5 froze in an instant. Death was suddenly very close to them. They also realized that this is not a play, this is a life and death fight that cannot be tolerated. At the same time, the other teams in the small wilderness were all shrouded in the haze of death. Observatory. The screens of each team displayed by the projection were in a moment of silence. Ba Ting chuckled. "I have been warned 3 times in a row, and I still want to fight against the 5th rank beast. This Miao Chong is not only harming herself, but also harming others. Our Dongji University will not admit her into the school. The other 4, those 2 used their teammates as a shield, and I propose to disqualify them from the college entrance examination. Passed. Nanchang University also refused to admit Miao Chong. Pass. Pingyun University refuses to admit Miao Chong. Passed. And the North University refused to admit Miao Chong. The other 3 admissions directors unanimously approved. Miao Chong, an extreme warrior, an introductory martial artist, and an S-level fire control ability, was completely rejected from the 4 major academies. After the 5 seriously injured people were taken out of the small wilderness by Wei Yiken, they lay on the board and let the medical staff direct them. Their every move was completely lifeless. Especially those 2 students who betrayed their teammates. The 2 of them lay on the cold wooden board, as if they had already entered the coffin board of life. The disappearance of Miao Chong's team, the sudden change in the standings. Let several people in Suyu's team start checking weapons and backpacks. Lin Yan even tied the shoelaces again and again. Suyu kept looking at the standings without saying a word. After a while, he stood up. "We started hunting. If Gao Shi and the others can hunt a grade 4 exotic beast every day, it's not enough for us to rely on the points of the latter teams to get the first place. The chemistry between the 5 of us is far from achieved. Our goal is to be number 1. In the next time, I will tap the strength between us to the extreme." Suyu scanned the crowd around. There was determination in everyone's eyes. His serious expression relaxed a little. "Since we want to maximize the tacit understanding between us, then there is one thing that I will not hide from everyone." Everyone looked at Suyu standing under the big tree, and some didn't react. Suyu's eyes suddenly turned blue. At this moment, Song Qingwan's pupils suddenly shrank. In an instant, The towering tree behind Su Yu instantly turned into an ice sculpture. Within a 5-meter radius of him, the vegetation, sand and stones were frozen one by one. A gust of cold wind blew, and Lin Yan, who opened her mouth without looking shocked, rubbed her arms quickly. With a crash, the big tree behind Su Yu instantly turned into countless ice fragments and fell down like building blocks. Su Yu said lightly, "Actually, I have also awakened the ability." Song Qingwan was a little dazed. "Su Yu, you and I have the same abilities." Su Yu nodded. "Really? Real." Song Qingwan suddenly rushed over and hugged Su Yu. With the ground completely frozen, she almost knocked Su Yu out of the car. "Su Yu, so you also have supernatural powers. Our supernatural powers are still the same. This is not a dream. I don't know if she has been with Cao Cao for too long, but she has all sorts of thoughts about Su Yu." On the side, the three of them who were already feeling extraordinarily cold because of Su Yu's supernatural ability shuddered at the same time. It has already hit people so badly, why should they be fed dog food? Silence. Quiet. Silence. The ability to freeze an entire area in an instant. It is definitely above the S level, the ability of the domain level. Now there are two geniuses with such abilities. One of them was speculated not long ago whether he possessed spiritual powers. The data group picked up the pen and put it down again. Director, the information we have before. Do you want to modify it? Qian Yun touched his nose and thought for a long time, but did not speak. A smile appeared on the red-faced man's face. "No need to change. I have a hunch that the surprise this kid brought us is definitely more than that. Let's look at it first. It's been a long time since such a monstrosity has appeared in our country of Hua. I said it should be our turn." The tall, thin middle-aged man also suddenly laughed. He glanced at the crowd with a smile on his face. "Information about all Su Yu's abilities will be classified as top secret from now on. The same goes for all the assessment information of Su Yu during the training camp. Let him show as much as he wants to show. What he doesn't want to show, let's not guess or ask, understand?" Everyone stood up and nodded seriously. "Yes, Minister." After a pause, he added, "Also, filter all the information about Su Yu from elementary school to high school. Delete all misunderstandings. I hope the outside world sees Su Yu as a genius who has awakened martial arts talent and supernatural powers because of first-grade blood crystal. Don't mention or show any other information." In the little wilderness, Su Yu knew that what he showed now was likely to be noticed by the training instructor. This is also the choice he made after careful consideration. The joint training camp of the 4 schools is a training camp directly under the responsibility of the Education Department of Wabwo. In this training camp, he would not dare to show his talent with confidence. Then there is no other chance. He never wanted to keep a low profile, he just wanted to grow quickly and safely. Now the time is right, and that is the time to show. Fortunately, his genius personality has been perfectly established, regarding the fact that he has supernatural powers. The 4 members of the team were only shocked for a while, and then accepted it frankly. Even a piece of first-grade blood crystal can dry up to more than 200 qi in blood, so what's so strange about awakening a supernatural ability? What made everyone quite emotional was that his and Song Qingwan's abilities were actually the same. This also proves that the two were born to be a couple. Song Qingwan strongly agrees with this statement. Under a gray sky, looking at the fiery 3-headed dog in front of him, Lin Yan asked in a low voice, "Brother Su Yu, how should we deal with this beast?" No one expected that Su Yu would show his true strength. As soon as they turned around, they encountered a 4th-grade strange beast. The lack of weapons that can break the defense is still their flaw. The fact that Miao Chong's team just disappeared also made the palms of everyone holding weapons sweat. In contrast, Su Yu, who was empty-handed, flicked his wrist smartly, and he shouted, "Fu Yu." Fu Yu immediately cast his abilities. 5 people entered the same mental frequency at the same time. Su Yu rushed up quickly. The silver, long stick appeared in his left hand instantly. The eyes were blue, and a layer of ice that revealed the coldness immediately appeared on the long stick. Roar! The devil's 3-headed dog looked at the little human in front of him, exuding a violent aura, and the 3 dog heads roared at the same time. It didn't care about Su Yu's direct attack. The three big mouths opened at the same time, and they rushed towards Su Yu. The sharp teeth that were shining with cold light were much harder than the popsicle in Su Yu's hand. Su Yu swiped his spear, and an ice shield appeared in front of him. Behind him, Song Qingwan came to her side with blue eyes. The veins on Fu Yu's face popped up, and he pulled the bow and arrow away. With a snap, Cao Cao's long whip made a sonic boom. Lin Yan's momentum suddenly changed. The breath of the fifth-rank alien beast suddenly came out. Fu Yu also used supernatural powers to interfere mentally. The devil three-headed dog who wanted to break through the ice shield suddenly panicked. Its indomitable momentum stopped, and it even wanted to turn around and run away. Su Yu seized the opportunity and even yelled out directly, "Qinghuan, don't hold back your hands and just explode." 2 SSS-level supernatural powers, the Ice Age bloomed instantly. Su Yu and Song Qingwan use it at the same time. A gust of cold wind blew through, and countless leaves within 1,000 kilometers turned into ice leaves and fell. In the very center of the battle, the extreme ice exudes a dazzling light. The spear in Su Yu's hand shattered together with the ice shield. Song Qingwan was also on the verge of falling, but was supported by the sharp-eyed Cao Cao. The dazzling light dissipated, and a huge ice sculpture stood on the spot. On the face of the completely frozen devil's three-headed dog, one can still see the flustered look of it being frightened by Lin Yan's fifth-grade strange beast breath. "See, it has no breath." Lin Yan vented his breath and sat down on the ground. The next moment he got up immediately. "It's so cold. It's so cold." Feeling more and more cold, he immediately looked around and asked in disbelief, "Is this the ability of the two of you?" "As you can see." Su Yu laughed. A group of people suddenly laughed. Song Qingwan also shrank her beautiful eyes. "It turns out that I have such powerful abilities." "Have a break." Lin Yan looked at the ice sculpture of the devil three-headed dog, still amazed. He suddenly said, "Su Yu, take a group photo for us as a souvenir. This is the first time I have participated in the killing of a fourth-grade alien beast." He looked up at the ice sculpture, as if admiring a work of art. Lin Yan took the initiative to mention that Su Yu had absolutely no reason to refuse. He immediately called everyone to come to the ice sculpture. Come, I'll take a group photo of you in the ice sculpture." Caw 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 caw. Congratulations to the host for obtaining attribute Spirit +5. Congratulations to the host for gaining attribute Power +10. Congratulations to the host for acquiring the skill, Whip Medium. Congratulations to the host for acquiring the skill, Spearmanship Medium. It is detected that the host's spear technique has reached the proficiency level. The skill, Spear Technique Medium, is automatically fused, and the host's spear technique proficiency has been slightly improved. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations to the host for obtaining attribute Agility +500. Congratulations to the host for obtaining attribute Strength +500. Congratulations for the host for obtaining S-level ability fragments, Hellfire 1/3. Skill Fusion. S-level ability fragments. Su Yu once again discovered a new function of the system. Passing the photo to the four of them, he found an open space and sat cross-legged. System, medium spear skills can improve my proficiency, so what if I get proficient spear skills? Skills below the master level can be upgraded by fusion at the same level. Tips, the same skill cannot be extracted repeatedly on the same target. Close black lens bracket. Skills below the master level can be upgraded at the same level in fusion, which made Su Yu happy again. This means that the difficulty for him to obtain master skills is greatly reduced. To know and not to mention the size of the probability of acquisition. Usually, it is extremely difficult to find someone with master-level skills. What about the S-level ability fragments? Do I still want to obtain the fragments by collecting the same illustrated book? The higher the level of the beast, the more chance it has to obtain the corresponding ability fragments. Close black lens bracket. Shards of the same ability do not only drop from the same beast, but also have a chance to be obtained from the same bloodline. Close black lens bracket. What are the chances? Based on the host's current illustration collector level, the chance for the host to obtain S-level power fragments is 1 in 10,000. Close black lens bracket. Su Yu was silent. Thinking of the skill upgrade, he couldn't help but continue to ask, can the ability be upgraded? All abilities below SSS level can be upgraded, and the specific upgrade method needs to be explored by the host himself. Close black lens bracket. Another important message: if the power could be upgraded, then many of the lower level powers could be considered. There are 5 ability slots, and there will be opportunities to improve in the future. I have the cost of trial and error. Su Yu was lamenting the rich harvest this time. At this time, there was a sudden scream from the side. He immediately opened his eyes and saw Cao Cao picking up a blood crystal from the center of the broken ice sculpture. Su Yu was stunned again. Cao Cao, are you really a goddess of luck? Cao Cao picked up the 4th grade blood crystal. Lucky. Captain, here is a 4th grade blood crystal, do you want to absorb it? All 4 looked at Su Yu. Su Yu raised the camera calmly. Lucky girl, come and say lucky. Lucky. Cao Cao had a sunny and confident smile on her face, and the 4th grade blood crystal she raised was very cooperative. 1 4th grade blood crystal was detected. Since the host has reached the limit value, this blood crystal is only used for the host to restore chi and blood. Close black lens bracket. Su Yu was a little surprised by the system's prompt. Unexpectedly, this time, the prompt to upgrade the illustrated book collector was not triggered. System: can't the 4 blood crystals upgrade the illustrated book collector? Conditions do not match. Close black lens bracket. Come on, I have to find out by myself again. Anyway, the camera was already raised, so Su Yu fortunately aimed at Cao Cao as the collection object of the illustrated book. With a click, a picture of Cao Cao, she smiling, with stars shining in her eyes, was released. At this moment, Su Yu's face was covered with yellow flashes again. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the SSS level ability, Lucky Favor incomplete. Close black lens bracket. Whether the host receives it. Close black lens bracket. Grass. Hastily. I rely on. Patriarch has appeared. Su Yu swears that he is really a good quality young man. Just screaming in my heart, this is already a very qualified manifestation. Receive award. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Lucky Favor of SSS level ability incomplete. The buff of the ability has been improved, and the probability of the host to obtain abilities, skills, and attributes has been increased. Close black lens bracket. Su Yu took out his bracelet to check the time. May 18, 2018, Budo era. He decided that every year in the future, today should be celebrated. Definitely his lucky day. Lucky number. Although my heart is like the rolling Yangtze River, the stormy waves are turbulent. He remained calm on the surface. He practiced this in front of a mirror all night before coming to training camp. Under Song Qingwan's gaze, he gave the photo to Cao Cao. No need, I haven't fully transformed the blood crystals I absorbed yesterday. I feel that there should be no need for blood crystals in the future. We'll keep this middle grade blood crystal first, it's also a rare blood crystal after all. If it is used to increase my vitality, it will waste his value. Cao obediently put the blood crystal and the photo into the backpack. Su Yu continued. In this battle just now, we all consumed a lot. Now the environment here is special, and there will be no strange beasts coming to interfere with us in a short time. Everyone, hurry up and continue to recover. Hearing this, everyone sat on the ground. Lin Yan put the backpack under her buttocks. At the same time, the same group of geniuses who had just finished hunting the 4th rank alien beasts were resting. In their spare time, they pay attention to the standings every day. The moment the scoreboard was opened, everyone wiped their eyes subconsciously, turned off the bracelet and turned it on again. Then, as usual, a sound of national curse resounded from all over the small wilderness. Su Yu, it's interesting. A 3rd rank alien beast is an accident, but what about 2, 3, or 4? If that wasn't enough, how about hunting another 4th rank alien beast? At this moment, the points of Su Yu's team skyrocketed by 100,000. Silently slap everyone in the face and despise their genius. The ranking on the first day was no accident. Not only do they have the strength of the top 10, they even have the hope of sprinting to the top 3. At this moment, anyone who sees the standings is a genius. They basically stopped what they were doing, their faces full of shock and doubt. They don't understand. There are 5 people in Su Yu's team, and all 4 of them have less than 200 blood. Among them, the abilities of 2 of them cannot directly increase the combat power. One person's ability is a spiritual system with limited effects on strange beasts. The only one that can directly increase combat power is an A-level ability. Just such a small team, under the leadership of Su Yu, hunted a 4th-grade beast. Many people are somewhat unable to accept this reality. They never underestimated Su Yu, who was hailed as the next tactical guru. However, he was never regarded as a competitor. After all, everyone's tracks are different. If you want to make a comparison, it's somewhat bullying. But this is exactly the case. He brought 4 teammates with less than 200 chi in blood, killed the 3rd-rank strange beast, and then killed the 4th-rank strange beast. Points rushed all the way to 2nd. Even basically stable in the top 10. Doubt, puzzlement, shock, even confusion. All kinds of emotions floated in the minds of the geniuses. In a cave, Gao Shi, who had already hunted the 4th-rank exotic beasts today, stood up and patted the ashes on his clothes. He originally thought that a 4th-grade beast every day would basically be able to determine the number 1 position in the training camp. But now, he also felt a sense of crisis. When the others were still shocked and wondering how Su Yu's team killed the 4th-rank alien beast, he keenly discovered that not long before they killed the 4th-rank alien beast, they had just killed a 3rd-rank alien beast. The difference between the 2 points increases does not exceed 1 hour. That is to say, this team, which was ignored by everyone, had the ability to quickly take down a grade 4 exotic beast within an hour. Gao Zai's eyes revealed a hint of expectation. He originally thought that Hao Jiming was the only opponent in this training camp. Now it seems that there is another interesting tactical genius. Captain, do we want to officially enter the warrior realm? Lu Shuo asked proactively. After he reminded, others also knew the speed at which Su Yu's team killed the 4th-grade beasts. This kind of speed, everyone thinks that they can't do it now. In order not to be overtaken by Su Yu's team chasing after him, Lu Shuo offered to step into the warrior realm. There is a rule in the training camp of the 4 schools that warriors are not allowed to participate. However, students have never been prohibited from breaking through to become warriors during the training camp. Over the years of the training camp, many Tianzhou have relied on breakthroughs to become warriors and finally achieved results far exceeding expectations. Of course, while achieving results, it also means that they have given up a lot of future. For these, the training camp is never blocked. If there is a choice, there will be a loss. This is what these future pillars of the human race must understand. Gao Shi shook his head. No need, the blood crystals you have absorbed have not been fully digested. You can still strive for a little more improvement. Every time you improve, the speed and difficulty of your bone tempering will be very different. Now is not the time for you to sacrifice your own future. But the captain, Su Yu and the others are very aggressive. If we can't take the first place, then we will let down your efforts, Captain. Wu Zhanshan also took the initiative. Su Yu can take 4 people with less than 200 HP to take the 2nd place, why can't I take you to take the 1st place? Gao Zai's eyes were full of confidence. Next, we mainly hunt at night. He laughed. Since Su Yu started this battle for points ahead of schedule, then there is no need for him to slowly cooperate with the 4 of them. Previously, he had been trying his best to let Wu Zhanshan and the others fully participate in the battle, so as to stimulate the blood crystal heritage left in their bodies. After killing the 4th-rank alien beasts, the 4 of them were given enough time to digest. Now the number 1 may not be guaranteed, and he also knows that if this continues, it will be a pedantic behavior. At the same time, in Wu Linlin's team, Anna Mei officially broke through the warrior realm. When she found out that Su Yu's team had killed the 4th-grade alien beast, she seemed to have been greatly stimulated. Immediately requesting a breakthrough to become a martial artist is bound to help Wu Linlin surpass Su Yu in the standings. Wu Linlin's persuasion was ineffective, so she could only agree to her. Wu Linlin also understood that if they wanted to hit the 1st place in the next time, it is inevitable for the other 4 to break through and become warriors. After all, the one they are going to face is Gao Shi, a man who is like a fish in water in the wilderness. One member of Wu Linlin's team broke through ahead of time to become a martial artist. Hao Jiming's team ranked 2nd in the preliminaries. At this moment, apart from Hao Jiming, the other 4 are in the process of breakthrough cultivation at the same time. Hao Jiming looked at the leaderboard. Their eyes were not on Su Yu's team in front of them. From the beginning to the end, Gao Shi was the only opponent in his eyes. When these top 8 teams gradually realized that Su Yu's team not only had the ability to kill 4th-rank alien beasts, but also killed them faster than them. In the team, more or less people began to break through and become warriors. And those teams who were in the back, several teams preparing to target Su Yu's team as a hunting target. Originally, they were still seriously searching for the traces of Su Yu and the others. But after seeing the changes in the standings, they immediately stopped and looked at each other in silence. Second, the strength to kill the 4th-rank alien beasts. They go hunting. Are you right? Everyone scolded themselves for being stupid in their hearts, and regretted wasting this day. In desperation, they had no choice but to choose to fight and set their targets on other people. The exit of Miao Chong's team. After the explosion of Su Yu's team, there are still 2 positions in the top 10 for these teams to compete for. At that time, the battle between them may not be less exciting than the battle for the top spot. Peng Wen's team not far from Su Yu's group. The 5 of them tried their best, played all their cards, and finally overthrew a 3rd-rank alien beast. Peng Wen was preparing to see how far his team ranked. As soon as he opened the leaderboard, his pupils shrank instantly, and his entire eyes widened incomparably. Captain, what's the matter? Has another team been wiped out? But don't be Su Yu and the others, otherwise our efforts will be in vain. No, Peng Wen's tone was a little heavy. Open the scoreboard and see for yourself. FK, 100 million, 100,000, what the hell? Is there really 150,000? Really, they won't hang up, will they? Vori, just kidding. Shouts of exclamation resounded in the wilderness. Peng Wen was a little confused for a while. Compared with other teams, the strength of Su Yu's team was confirmed at the first time. Seeing Lin Yan's weak state with his own eyes, and knowing their lucky deeds, he hesitated instead. It doesn't make sense. Several people expressed their doubts from the bottom of their hearts. Captain, isn't it lucky that they have a girl with supernatural powers? I heard that you could pick up blood crystals while walking. Is it possible that they encountered a half-dead 4th-grade beast again? If we encounter a half-dead 4th-grade alien beast, are you confident that you will kill it so quickly? And there is one person who is seriously injured. Peng Wen asked rhetorically. But Captain, do you think it is possible for them to kill the 4th-rank alien beast when one of them is seriously injured and their weapons are close to useless? The team members also raised reasonable doubts. Peng Wen choked. One of them suddenly stood up, slapping his thigh. It's stupid, they won't be lying to us from the beginning to the end, right? Impossible. I tested Lin Yan's state with my mental strength. He is really injured and extremely weak. It can't be pretended. Peng Wen was extremely sure. The doubts of a group of people fell into a deadlock again. Let's just say, is it possible that Professor Zug is opening the back door for them? Send the 4th-grade alien beast that almost died with a single blow to them. Some team members boldly guessed. Inexplicably, everyone suddenly felt that this kind of speculation was easier for them to accept. In the observation room, a group of people looked at Zug Yun in unison. The corner of Zug Yun's mouth twitched, and he said with great interest, "Everyone, you can definitely return my innocence in the future." In the little wilderness, although Peng Wen's team found a reason that they could barely convince themselves. But this still couldn't solve the entanglement in their hearts. What should the captain do? Unless they are really lucky, we can't hunt them no matter whether they go through the back door or have the strength. Why don't you dare to go through the back door? I just want to kill the moths of the human race like them who only go through the back door. A teenager was filled with righteous indignation. Yes, you can't forget it so easily, the training camp is fair. Another teenager's emotions were also mobilized. Regarding this, Peng Wen let out a long sigh. Forget it, let's hunt strange beasts first. I left my mark on them, anyway, don't worry about not being able to find them on the 6th day. At that time, on the 5th night, we will set off to find them. If they are really capable, we will give up targeting them. If it's luck or through the back door, then don't blame us for being cruel. We want them to know that when it comes to the battlefield, luck in the back door alone won't work. As Peng Wen talked, he felt that he had become the embodiment of justice. A little brother on the side asked weakly, if they are strong, why don't we go there to deliver food? You are stupid, they have such high points, unless they want to fight for the first place, there is no need to attack us. Someone immediately retorted. With that said, the CPU of the 5 members of Penguin's team that was about to burn out could finally be stopped for a while. Also walk the same path as Suyu and the X-Men Boxu team. After officially starting hunting, he has an advantage in spirit weapons. Their points quickly caught up to the 12th place. After seeing that Suyu 100,000 won and went straight to 2nd place. X-Men Boxu let go of the worries in her heart, and devoted herself to hunting strange beasts. Just finished chasing and killing a 3rd-grade giant-toothed rabbit. X-Men Boxu suddenly felt a chill hit him. What's the situation? Why does it feel like winter is ahead? Brother Bo Shui, I also feel that the temperature in front seems to be much colder, shall we go there? Asked Niu Zicheng, a member of the team. Go, doesn't it mean that there will be some relics in the small wilderness? Maybe we'll meet if we're lucky. X-Men Boxu said enthusiastically. The other 4 were hesitant. Don't worry, everyone, I still have something to save my life, so that I can guarantee that you will escape without encountering high-grade alien beasts. He added. The hesitation on Niu Zicheng's face disappeared immediately, and he looked supportive. Since Bo Shui wants to go and have a look, it doesn't matter if there are high-quality strange beasts ahead. Brother Bo Shui, the 4 of my brothers will definitely risk their lives to accompany the gentleman. X-Men Boxu's face was touched. With you good brothers, I really have no regrets in dying. Let's go. If there are relics, the treasures in it, brothers, choose first. Even if I, X-Men Boxu, don't want it, I can. X-Men Boxu was the first to rush forward. The other 4 followed behind him tacitly. In the observation room, Suyu and the others are resting, and the top 8 are either resting or breaking through. Everyone happened to witness the friendship between X-Men Boxu and his 4 brothers. Cheng Yang said with emotion, he is really a good brother with love and righteousness. Baden, who had been silent all this time, snorted coldly. Let everyone's open mouths stop. Zhu Yun showed displeasure, no longer prepared to endure. Cheng Yang grabbed him. At this time, Deng Ji took the lead and said, these children can still be cultivated. Although they are all gathered together because of the spiritual weapon on X-Men Boxu's body. But when they really met the 4th-rank alien beasts before, they didn't abandon their teammates, and they also thought about each other during the battle. The red-faced man nodded. That's right, we teachers can't be perfect, so naturally we can't ask these children to be perfect. Everything needs to be guided, and this is why our Wuhan University exists. In addition, seeing may not be true, and hearing may not be true. We must start from their perspective and heart. The 4 of them got together because of X-Men Boxu's spirit weapon, and there is no so-called friendship between them. X-Men Boxu likes martial arts brothers, so there's nothing wrong with them doing what they like. In the little wilderness, X-Men Boxu came towards the source of the cold wind with full expectation. Wait until it actually arrives. He was stunned for a moment and was a little disappointed that it was not the imaginary relic, but soon he was ecstatic again. Brother Suyu, it was so hard for me to find you. Suyu and everyone looked at each other with doubts in their eyes. Lin Yan, Brother Suyu, he was exposed as soon as he came up. Shall we still pretend? Suyu, I won't say anything, don't pretend, isn't it what you suggested? Chow Chow, but acting is really fun. Song Qingwan. Yes. Symbol. Blank. Suyu firmly believes that Fuyu must also think so. Looking for us? Suyu asked. Hey, it's just a joke. X-Men Boxu smiled self-deprecatingly. Brother Suyu, after you killed the 3rd-rank alien beast yesterday, many teams regarded you as hunting targets. I just wanted to remind you in advance. I didn't expect you to kill the 4th-rank strange beast before I found you. Now it seems that I am being self-indulgent. X-Men Boxu laughed at herself. Niu Zicheng behind him seemed a little upset. We wasted a whole day just because of you. Otherwise, we might have entered the top 10 today. Suyu was taken aback for a moment, looking at X-Men Boxu in surprise. This buddy is really a unique snow lotus in this small wilderness. Song Qingwan. Snow lotus. What's the meaning? Did you say X-Men Boxu is a white lotus? Suyu. I definitely meant it as a compliment. Lin Yan, brother Yu, is what Examen Boxu said is true or false? Chow Chow, I don't think it's fake. Fu Yu, let's take a look first, you must be cautious. Lin Yan, right, isn't their house selling spirit weapons? How about we buy spirit weapons from him? Song Qingwan, in this case, I'm afraid it's easy to be slaughtered. It was just a meeting, and countless thoughts had already appeared in the minds of the five of Su Yu. Song Qingwan and Fu Yu were still seriously considering how to bargain. Seeing Lin Yan, who was seriously injured, Examen Boxu immediately approached quickly. Student Lin Yan, I have a first-grade healing pill here, take it quickly. I think your injury may hurt the source. Unfortunately, I didn't bring this medicine with me. He took out a crystal vial from his bracelet, poured out a red pill from it and handed it to Lin Yan, with a bit of annoyance on his face. Lin Yan, happy, he actually knows my name, he must not have lied to us. Fu Yu, Su Yu, Lin Yan, please cancel the ability. Since the other party has no malicious intentions, we don't need to deliberately deceive others. The breath of Lin Yan's whole body changed suddenly. Immediately, he changed from a half-dead look to a lively one. Examen Boxu's pupils shrank slightly, and she subconsciously looked at the elixir in her hand. He hasn't eaten yet, how did you recover so quickly? Brother Bo Shui, I'm sorry, we have already met a team that has ideas about our team. I just heard your actions, which made Lin Yan pretend to be injured. Su Yu took the initiative. Examen Boxu looked at Lin Yan with bright eyes. Brother Lin Yan's ability is so special. Did he imitate the breath of a strange beast in the square before? As soon as the words fell, Lin Yan immediately opened her tail, changing her aura into that of a strange beast. Examen Boxu's face was even more surprised. The other four members of their team also looked at and nodded. This kind of ability can definitely play an unexpected role in the wilderness. Su Yu took the initiative and said, Brother Bo Shui, I have a heartless request, please let me know if you are willing to agree. Examen Boxu immediately smiled. Do you need my help? That's great. Su Yu, before you came, our weapons were basically damaged in order to deal with a fourth-rank alien beast. I want to ask Brother Bo Shui if you have any extra spirit weapons on you. E-level spirit weapon is enough, we are willing to exchange this 4th-grade blood crystal with you. Chow Chow delivered the blood crystal to Su Yu. I don't know if this rare 4th-grade blood crystal can be exchanged for 4 E-level spiritual weapons. If it is outside, this transaction must be feasible. But now they are competitors with each other, and giving them weapons is to make it more difficult for themselves. Everyone is ready to be rejected. The smile on Examen Boxu's face disappeared instantly. Su Yu's hearts tightened. Sure enough, even the snow lotus in the wilderness knows the competition between the enemy and ourselves. Brother Su Yu, didn't you consider me a friend? A piece of rare 4th-grade blood crystal, you only exchanged 4 E-level spiritual weapons with me, do you think I, Examen Boxu, are the kind of profiteering villain? Su Yu, Song Qingwan, Chow Chow, he is such a nice guy. Lin Yan, sure enough, he is worthy of being a man who knows my name. Brother Examen has a bright future. Brother Bo Shui, of course I didn't mean that. You are willing to sell us spiritual artifacts in this wilderness. We are already very grateful. I made this request to you because I believe in your character. Behind Examen Boxu, Niu Zicheng was about to speak. Examen Boxu waved his hand. What kind of weapons do you for use? Let me see if I have them. You guys want to compete for the top 3 teams. E-level spirit weapons won't work. I'll give you D-level spirit weapons. Lin Yan was the first to say, I use double knives. Song Qingwan, long spear. Chow Chow, long whip. Su Yu, like Qinghuan, I also use a spear. Examen Boxu continued to look at Fu Yu. Fu Yu said blankly, my weapon is not worn out, no need, thank you. Hearing this, Examen Boxu even seemed to have a hint of disappointment on his face. Without waiting for everyone's reaction, he took out 3 scrolls and handed them to Lin Yan, Song Qingwan, and Chow Chow respectively. The 3 unfolded their weapons. Chow Chow's cyan long whip gently waved like a wicker with softness and strength. This is the Willow Whip, one of the most representative works of our Shenbing Pavilion on the long whip spiritual weapon. While keeping the long whip flexible and soft, it also has tough and strong power. To deal with alien beasts, you can directly damage the viscera through the fur. Even if it is a 4th-rank alien beast, it has certain effects. Examen Boxu explained. Lin Yan's swords were bright, and she tied 2 beautiful knives. This is a mother-in-law knife, which has been finely adjusted according to the habits of left and right hands. When using a knife, the user can achieve exactly the same feel on the left and right hands. Student Lin Yan, aren't you left-handed? Examen Boxu asked. Lin Yan shook her head. It's just right. I like this weapon very much, Brother Po Shui. Thank you. Hearing him call himself Brother Boxu, Examen Boxu smiled even wider. He immediately cupped his hands and replied, Brother Lin Yan, you don't need to thank me. I am very happy to be able to help you. Immediately afterwards, he looked at Song Qingwan again. This time, Song Qingwan didn't ask him to introduce. She looked at the long spear in her hand, and said proactively, this is an ice gun, and the material used is conducive to the conduction of ice power. Basically, it is a must-choice weapon for all ice attribute supernatural beings to use long spears. Student Bo Shui, thank you. She was very sincere. The corners of Examen Boxu's mouth almost reached the ears, and then she looked at Su Yu who had nothing in her hands. Brother Su Yu, aren't you curious why you don't have one? Su Yu smiled. You haven't given it to me yet, so naturally you have your reasons. You give them all so good, I'm afraid you'll treat me badly. Ha 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 ha, Brother Su Yu, you were right, if I treat anyone badly, I will not treat you badly. Brother Su Yu, follow up. Examen Boxu threw him a dark red scroll. The moment he took out the scroll, Fu Yu's pupils shrank slightly with a wooden face. Su Yu caught it. It's a bit heavy, this weapon is at least 55 kilograms, right? Examen Boxu nodded. This spear weighs 118 catties and is 1 foot 3 feet 7 inches long. While increasing the weight, it still has the flexibility of a long spear. Su Yu heard the words and activated the scroll. Incomparably gorgeous mechanical development. The golden gun tip and the pitch-black gun body have blood-red lines flowing throughout. At this moment, even Su Yu, a countryman, knew that the spear in his hand was at least a C-level weapon. Su Yu holds a gun in one hand. It seems that the whole person has a little more domineering momentum. When everyone saw the appearance of the spear, they all opened their mouths slightly. The 4 people behind Examen Boxu wanted to say something anxiously, but they didn't know what to say. The spirit weapon is Examen Boxu himself, and he can give it to anyone he wants. They want to stop but can't find a reason. Examen Boxu was very satisfied with everyone's reactions. He smiled and said, Brother Su Yu, how is it? Are you satisfied with this weapon? This gun is called the Overlord gun. The gun lives up to its name. The gun is born like an overlord. It sweeps everything and nothing can stop it. It is the treasure of the town hall among the sea-level spiritual weapons of the Shenbing Pavilion. The blood-red lines flowing on the gun body are lines of qi and blood. As long as you, Brother Su Yu, use more qi and blood to nourish this qi and blood pattern, this gun can truly achieve the ability to recognize the master. At the same time, he also has the ability to repair himself. As Examen Boxu explained, Su Yu put away the spear and turned it into a scroll and handed it over. Brother Bo Shui, this spirit weapon is too expensive, you should just give me an E-class spear. Examen Boxu was taken aback. This was the first time in his life that someone actually wanted to return the spiritual artifact. His expression immediately became extremely ugly. Brother Su Yu, I kindly treat you as a friend and give you a suitable spirit weapon. Why do you compromise me like this? If you don't want this weapon, then you just leave him in this wilderness. It is absolutely impossible for me, Examen Boxu, to take back the things I sent out. Examen Boxu was so angry that she even turned her head away. Su Yu was stunned. What the hell is going on in this world? Why do people send weapons like this? Helpless, he took the scroll back. Just as she was about to speak, Examen Boxu immediately turned around with a happy face. Brother Su Yu, if you really want to thank me, then you use this long gun to win the first place in this year's training camp, and you will also become famous in the college entrance examination later. At that time, you can be regarded as a big advertisement for our Shenbing Pavilion. Su Yu nodded in confusion. On the side, a group of people were more confused than him. What the hell is going on in this world? First, someone inexplicably gave away a C-level spirit weapon, and then the person who was given it didn't want it. So the person who sent it said you don't want to throw it away. What's the meaning? So capricious with money. Su Yu was also quite helpless. He forcibly stuffed the 4th grade blood crystal into Examen Boxu's hand. Without waiting for the other party to speak, this time he said first, "Brother Bo Shui, I know you don't lack these. But this is our intention. If you don't accept it, you don't treat us as friends. Defeat magic with magic." As soon as Su Yu said this, Examen Boxu honestly put away the 4th grade blood crystal. Everyone in Su Yu's team also felt relieved for no reason. They all felt that if they didn't send out the blood crystal today, they would be at a loss. Everyone understands it, not to mention Su Yu's C-level Overlord Spear, which is even comparable to ordinary B-level spiritual weapons. Just the D-rank spiritual weapons of the other 3 people cannot be bought by this 4th grade blood crystal. After delivering the blood crystals, Su Yu still felt unhappy. He continued, "Brother Bo Shui, is there anything else you need my help for?" Examen Boxu was slightly taken aback upon hearing this. "No, I don't need help." Su Yu had expected this answer a long time ago. "Well, our team will form a team with you to hunt some strange beasts together. It can also be regarded as a thank you for your timely assistance. Don't refuse. Friends should help each other. If you just ask for it unilaterally, are you still friends?" Su Yu cast the spell early again. Examen Boxu shook his head, and realized for the first time that it was so troublesome to make friends. "But it feels good." He thought for a while, and said, "That's right. We met a 4th grade beast before. I know where the 4th grade beast is. Brother Su Yu, do you think we can take it down together? We almost suffered disaster at its hands before, and I want to take revenge." Examen Boxu was very serious. After he finished speaking, the members of Su Yu's team all started to pack their things. "Let's go. We will help you avenge." Su Yu took out the Overlord Spear again. Examen Boxu also suddenly felt an emotion called blood burning in his chest. "Let's go. We brothers join forces, and the 4th grade beasts will definitely be captured." As soon as the words fell, Niu Zicheng frowned and said, "Although you just killed the 4th rank alien beast, I don't doubt that you have such ability. But can you really deal with 4th rank alien beasts in your current state?" He looked at Song Qingwan and the others. Everyone felt that except for Su Yu, the qi and blood of the other 4 people were very weak now. Song Qingwan's spirit was extremely sluggish. "That's a 4th grade beast, and if you are not careful, you will lose your life. You are such a child's play, I will not agree." Obviously Niu Zicheng also represents the attitude of the other 3. The 4 of them stood in place and were not ready to move. Examen Boxu was also a little embarrassed. However, he was more worried. "That's right. Brother Su Yu, you just went through a big battle. We're in a weak state now. Why don't we wait for you to rest for a night, and we'll go to trouble with those 4th grade alien beasts tomorrow?" "Captain, we can't spend time here with them," Niu Zicheng reminded again. Examen Boxu was in a dilemma for a while. Su Yu had a faint smile on his face. Examen Boxu is really an interesting person. He looked at Niu Zicheng, smiled lightly and said, "Maybe I was wrong. It wasn't our team that went with you to hunt down that 4th grade alien beast. It's fine if I'm alone, and you don't have to go. Your captain is fine with me. Brother Bo Shui, do you have the guts to join me in revenge?" After the words fell, all 4 of Niu Zicheng's eyes widened. Some couldn't believe their ears. "Do you think you are Gao Shi when you go hunting 4-rank alien beasts alone?" And Gao Shi didn't dare to be so arrogant, did he? The 4 people had different expressions, and Examen Boxu also made up his mind. "Brother Su Yu, I am willing to go with you." As he said that, he also comforted, "Don't worry, if you really lose, I also have the means to save my life." Su Yu smiled. "Then let's go. Bo Shui will lead the way. It's enough for the 4 brothers to wait here, and Brother Su Yu and I can go." Simon Boxu finished speaking and was ready to set off. However, at this time, Song Qingwan and the others also picked up their backpacks and followed. Examen Boxu was a little puzzled and said, "Didn't it mean that Brother Su Yu can do it alone?" Lin Yan smiled and said, let's go cheer you on. Examen Boxu was puzzled, but was also coerced to set off. In the cold place, the four of Niu Zicheng looked at each other, not knowing what to do for a while. After thinking for a while, he said in a deep voice, let's follow up too. Su Yu and the others will be fine, but Examen Boxu is also our captain. Along the way, Su Yu and the others followed behind Examen Boxu, becoming more and more familiar with the environment in front of them. The expressions on the faces of several people became more and more weird. Until Examen Boxu stopped in a cave. Su Yu said quietly, Bo Shui, you wouldn't tell me that the fourth-rank strange beast is in this cave, right? Examen Boxu nodded and said, exactly, we wanted to find you before. Seeing traces of fighting outside, I wanted to go in and see if you might have stayed inside. After entering, I didn't expect that there was a fourth-grade dark cave lizard in the cave. Snort. Niu Zicheng and others who followed afterward snorted coldly when they heard Examen Boxu mention this matter. Few people didn't care about them. Everyone first looked at Cao Cao in unison. Immediately, they looked at Su Yu together again. These two, one lady luck. It's outrageous that a word can't be followed. Su Yu touched his nose, feeling a little amused. This matter was so troublesome that I suddenly couldn't explain it clearly. After thinking about it, this matter can make Cao Cao more firm in her recognition of her abilities. In the mental space, several people crazily praised Cao Cao's lucky ability. They all said that without her, they might have suffered disaster on the first day. Everyone praised her, making Cao Cao blush a little. Su Yu looked at Lin Yan. Lin Yan, can you imitate the breath of an earth dragon? Lin Yan nodded, then shook her head again. It's disgusting. You are asked to imitate, not to be. Fu Yu said lightly. Lin Yan glanced at the ruthless wooden man. You don't understand, although I didn't really become it, but I really thought I was. That disgusting feeling, once you experience it, you don't want to have it again. Hearing this, Su Yu nodded slightly. Lin Yan's ability is the most elusive among the few of them, and he has to find out by himself later. Then the giant-toothed rabbit, imitating the breath of the third-grade giant-toothed rabbit. He said. Lin Yan nodded, her pupils constricted. For a moment it was as if his soul had slipped away. Immediately afterwards, the breath of the third-grade giant-toothed rabbit burst out. With an explosion of breath, Su Yu launched an attack towards the entrance of the cave, as if to bury the entire cave. While he was doing it, Niu Zicheng and the other four also stepped over to the side branches to watch from a distance. The overlord gun swept across fiercely, and the gravel at the entrance of the cave began to fall. The next moment, a dark cave lizard with a body length of tens of meters in black rushed out. There are no scales on his body, and there is sticky liquid on his naked body. There are no eyes on the head. After jumping out of the cave, it opened its mouth, tentatively with its slender tongue. Immediately, there was a disgusting smell of fishy tide. Everyone was nauseated and wanted to vomit, and its tongue instantly shot towards Lin Yan like a sharp arrow. The speed is so fast that it is almost too fast to be caught by the naked eye. However, just when it was about to touch Lin Yan's legs suddenly swelled. Bang! A pit appeared on the ground under his feet, and his whole body appeared in midair in an instant. His jumping ability at this moment is far beyond ordinary people. Niu Zicheng and the others on the side all stared wide-eyed. Su Yu and everyone who had communicated in the spiritual space for a long time also nodded. As Lin Yan said, he found that the number of simulated megalodon rabbits is increasing. It seems that he no longer just has the breath of the giant-toothed rabbit, he can also possess some of its specialties for a short time. This blow was what he wanted to try on purpose. The cave lizard's attack directly stimulated his potential, allowing him to successfully unleash the powerful leg strength that only the giant-toothed rabbit possesses. However, even though Lin Yan jumped into the air, the cave lizard's sticky tongue seemed to be able to stretch infinitely, and it still followed him up. Lin Yan, brother Su Yu, I'm exhausted, and I'm up to you. Cao Cao, is it too soon? Lin Yan. The corner of Su Yu's mouth turned up. He dodged in front of the dark cave lizard, turned the overlord spear from behind, turned around and exerted force, and the overlord spear slashed at the dark cave lizard's tongue vigorously. Boom! A large pit appeared directly in the area where the cave lizard was located. Sand and stones are everywhere, and this slash has stirred up countless sand and stones. On the branch, the eyes of Niu Zicheng, who were watching from a distance, widened instantly. FK, is this the strength that ordinary people can have? One of them muttered to himself. This blow missed the cave lizard's tongue. The moment Su Yu stepped in front of it, it sensed an extremely dangerous aura. The tongue retracted faster than Su Yu's spear. It's just that Su Yu didn't stop after he slashed down. He took advantage of the situation and pointed at the creepy head of the dark cave lizard. The dark cave lizard turned around and swung its tail flexibly. The next moment, his tail collided with Su Yu's spear. The terrifying power made Su Yu retreat several meters. Simon Boxu looked at him worriedly. Su Yu once again felt the overlord's spear in his hand, and a look of excitement appeared on his face. He finally didn't have to worry about weapons. Since the basic strength and speed are not as good as this dark cave lizard. Then explode. The muscles of Su Yu's whole body began to congest with blood, and his aura began to grow stronger. At this moment, holding a gun with one hand, he looks like an overlord alive from a distance. The cave lizard also sensed a dangerous aura from him. The figure is half bent, making a defensive posture. The tongue in the mouth is constantly testing, ready to make a fatal blow at any time. Call out. Whoosh. The cave lizard took the initiative to attack, and the attack speed of the long tongue became faster and faster. Others are completely unable to catch it with the naked eye. Song Qingwan and the others silently made a fighting posture. On the branch, Niu Zicheng and the others also took out their weapons. Examen Boxu put her right hand on the bracelet of her left silently, ready to save Su Yu's life at any time. The cave lizard's long tongue strikes fiercely like a machine gun. Under repeated attacks, countless towering trees were pierced and destroyed. The tongue lashed the ground, creating a series of gullies. However, under such a fierce and intensive attack, holding a gun in one hand, Su Yu has a ghostly figure. While remaining unscathed, he was able to attack the cave lizard's tongue again and again. Niu Zicheng and the others, who had already destroyed the big tree at their feet, were completely stunned. Someone said dully, "This is martial arts." Niu Zicheng glanced at him, "Aren't you talking nonsense?" While everyone was frightened, suddenly there was a bloody smell in the air. The long tongue of the cave lizard suddenly broke in midair. A muffled shrill cry resounded through the wilderness. Su Yu shouted, "Brother Boxu, you and Qing Huan block the entrance of the cave and don't let him go back." Without any hesitation, Examen Boxu and Song Qingwan quickly came to the cave entrance to block the dark cave lizard's retreat. Niu Zicheng and the others were also on the periphery, holding weapons in a gesture of encirclement. The cave lizard's long tongue was cut off by Su Yu, and the threat was greatly reduced immediately. This time, Su Yu approached directly in front of it. It was still the cave lizards that couldn't reach Su Yu, yet he was able to inflict damage on him time and time again. The palms of everyone holding the weapons were full of sweat. Finally, Su Yu seized an opportunity, and the overlord spear directly pierced through the dark cave lizard's head. With a bang, the golden spear tip pierced the skull, and bright blood dripped down the spear tip. The ticking sound was extremely loud in the ears of everyone present. Rank 4 Alien Beast, Pawn. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.